Hey guys, in this video we will talk about Hicapa trigger tuning. Since I see more and more people play Speedsoft and in that you really want a good trigger response and double tap and all that crap. So when you pick a Hicapa, usually I would say buy TM Hicapa. First, it's you have a lot of aftermarket parts. Yep, this is a Hicapa 4.3. And this one used to be a 5.1 that I changed to my likings. This is my workhorse right here. But there are other choices. Let's say the TM doesn't have any steel parts. It has a plastic slide that people don't like, even though I love their plastic slide. They're so lightweight, which makes the gun cycle super fast once you put a lightweight blowback housing in and tune everything. But that's for another topic. Now you have other choices. This became very popular since the John Wick movies, I think. This is the army armament Hicapa. Okay, you do have a somewhat non-dropping barrel and you have this cool looking compensator. It's full metal and this is dirt cheap. I think you can get it for 60 euros, around that. But well, you can see the gap and all the imperfections. Some people like it. You don't really have much upgrade possibilities since I don't know if this is a 4.3 slide. Yeah, so this thing is shorter than a 4.3, but this seems to be a 4.3 cut. The internal wise, you can grind the slide somewhat, put in a lightweight blowback housing, somewhat TM compatible. Not advisable, but today we are here to talk about the triggers. And another one is a KJ, but this is a Romish SSP1. You have one advantage that this thing comes with steel hammers, steel sears, all that stuff. So, and it's on the important bits, it's TM compatible. You can drop in a lightweight blowback housing, you can use any hop-up unit, any outer barrel. As far as I know, you can replace the internals. But if you buy this, I suppose that's not the point. But my biggest complaint is I have put this in order, and that would be just how heavy the trigger pull is on these guns. So let's measure them. I have this rudimentary scale. So let's start with the SSP1. Okay. It's gonna be a shitty trigger pull for sure. 4 pounds and something. 4 pound trigger pull. Try my armament. They won't be much better. But this right now is like half the price of SSP1. Okay, 3.5. A little less than 3.5. Stock TM. I believe this one actually has quite a nice trigger pull. Okay, 1.5. 1.5. That's 2 pounds less than this one and 2.5 pounds less than that. Almost 3. This one here, it has full steel internal upgrade, trigger, disconnectors, hammer, even the selectors, but it's still the stock TM leaf spring, because for me this is already light enough. Okay, sorry, my bad. Should be about the same as the stock TM. 1.5. 1.5. Now, so why does SSP1 has such a heavy trigger pull? Let's remind ourselves again. Almost 4.5. 4.5. So this is because the SSP1 has the issue, I mean OTM has this issue at some point, is a disconnectors here, right here. Sometimes it just gets jammed inside. And this is all pushed by your leaf spring. This one here. This prong here pushes this here. Okay? So KJ tried to solve this by installing extra strong leaf spring in it, which did solve the issue, but what you get in return is a ridiculous trigger pull. However, this one here, I have did some modifications, and let's try this one here. Okay, this I only modified the stock parts. I did not spend any money or replace any parts. Now, 2 pounds. Okay, that's quite an improvement. That's half of what it used to be. So this is not even that bad, considering this is just, okay? It's getting close to a TM. So how do you do that? You do that by grinding the hammer a little bit. You need to be careful, but let me show you why. One of the reasons how to really help. So this is a stock hammer, and this is a sear that you trigger. Sear usually locks onto. Okay, and we can see it's slightly smaller than 90 degrees, yeah? And with the paint is not the smoothest surface on the world. Now, here is one that I modified, same as what I have in here. And you can see it's still 90 degrees here by the end, but the front portion is not. So what this is, you really need to preserve this 90 degrees here, because this is where your sear locks. If you grind too much, your hammer will lock a little bit higher and you can jam your slide. You really need it locked down here. But once you move to here, this angle helps it to get released. Also, after you're grinding it, the surface, if you polish, like sandpaper it, don't use a file, make it smooth, it makes your trigger pull a lot lighter. You still have the initial click, but afterwards it self-releases kind of. Okay, but be careful, do not grind the bottom half. Okay, you need the same height so the hammer gets locked like this. If you grind more, it's gonna lock like this, and this part is gonna lock your slide and preventing it from cycle properly. Now, if you do that change, here comes another reason why TM has such a light trigger pull. Is the TM paint, although this is still a cast zinc part, okay, it's not aluminum, no dyes, no nothing fancy, but this paint happens to be just smoother than this one or some of the others. And the stock hammer, it also has this shiny coating which make it very smooth, even though they are not steel. Okay, but it does make it very smooth. So if combined, you can have a very light leaf spring, which means you can bend this one. See, this is the one I modified. And here is a stock one. Okay, the stock one is bent this way. This one bent this way. So once you close it with your, this is where your hammer, okay, it locks like this. In the stock version, once it locks down, it really pushes this thing. Since it all starts here and it starts pushing, it's really hard. And this one, since it's only on the up, it has some flexibility at this portion and it's softer. So it's the middle one and this one, both of them, it's what determines your trigger pull. Now, the easiest way, of course, you just buy another one of these, the lightweight version. So now I'm going to show you the pistol I have with the lightest trigger pull. It has a modification like this, and it has a aftermarket lightweight leaf spring. Okay, let's try this one. 1 pound. Actually starts. If I go really slow, yeah, it's barely 1 pound trigger pull. So this is actually a SFP1 lower with a Calcal grip, sculptor grip, but every single of those components has been Cerakoted, which make it very smooth. It has the smoothest of everything. Paired with this modification and a lightweight leaf spring, this gives you the ultimate lightweight trigger pull. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.